kind of moving the ball, but yeah, I was mad at some of the throws that weren't being completed. But I don't think I'm glad that didn't let that start affect how we finished the game, because I felt like we finished really strong overall with the ones and the twos, and but I mean we can't let that happen during the season. We can't let that dictate how we start every game.
In a game situation, is it just a matter of getting more warm-ups before starting the game so you get into that groove right away?
I felt fine. I felt like I was in a groove making the throws. At first, we didn't have any line judges, so they couldn't really see it. I think one of those plays was probably pass interference on Woody. Just a couple of close calls with balls being not in the right spot or close catches, but I don't think it was a matter of being warmed up. I think we felt ready. We just got to make plays.
How big a difference is it with Woods back, having him back today?
It's huge. He just adds a level of I don't know what it is, but we're just on the same page, whether it's telepathically or something else. I just know what he's going to do. I mean, the first touchdown to him was a route that he it wasn't even the right route, but I mean, we knew what we were doing. It was a different coverage, and it was kind of a messed up play. But I just put it over the top because no one was there, and he adjusted it accordingly. So it worked out, and he's just a star player that hopefully he stays healthy the whole season.
How much does that help your confidence?
It helps a lot. Yeah, I know I've used the word trust a bunch in regards to players like that, and knowing where he's going to be and knowing that he's going to come up with a big catch definitely adds a boost to, all right, I can throw this ball knowing that if it is somewhat of a bad throw, he can bat it down and play defense. But if it's a catch where he has to lay out for it and make that big play, then he can do it.
What do you call that route, the 3-yard touchdown one, where he kind of like takes the slant and goes to the pound?
Just kind of like a slant pivot. We call it Colorado, but it was the same route that Rojo scored versus Cal, I think it was, last year, in the end zone, same spot. But it's good if the corner's playing inside. You just call it, just signal it out there, and it's a good man-to-man route.
Is that predetermined, or do you look at how they're playing before you run?
That was a quick call. We all went up to the line really quick, and I signaled it. So it was just on us, yeah.
You talked about you'd be glad to be playing a defense doesn't know how you're playing. You had to choose between getting Rojo or getting Robert back and playing somebody that doesn't know you're playing, which is look pretty good with Robert back.
I know. I'd have to say Robert. It's nice too playing against the twos. Not just. I mean, I think they have a lot of talent on that team, but the ones they just know all the calls that we're making. You'll see the line make a call and they'll get in a different stance because they know it's a run and they know it's a pass. So that was nice that we kind of had them on their heels today. From what I saw in the beginning, I thought they were playing well, getting the ball into their hands. I think that first pick, I didn't really see it right. I didn't know what happened, and then I was over doing the treadmill or whatever they're doing over there, Muscle Beach. But I think just overall consistency that those guys are moving the ball. I'll have to see the tape to kind of give you a better look on that.
You mentioned earlier in camp how you developed nice trust with Marquise Lee. It seems like he's worked his way into the top 3 or 4 receivers, and it's going to be a factor.
Yeah, he's been doing great. He's been showing that he can play. He hasn't been one of the guys to come in all hyped up, thinking that he's going to get every rep, but he's just been working hard, putting his head down and proving that he can play. And you can see in the catches that he's making and the routes that he's running, and he understands everything. It's fun when you get when a guy out there who's just willing to work, and then it turns out that he's making plays.
Lynn said without, if for example you have the two kind of smaller, quicker receivers, you go back to more of an attack like last year. Do you have a preference? Would you like one of those guys to be big? Do you like the idea of having, like a Robert and a Marquise together?
I think our 3 wides and even our 4 wide receiver set is really dominant. If we put either Bryce or Kyle over at X with the more traditional X type player, then we can have kind of the quicker, more agile receivers in the slot and at Z. I think that's the best look we have going for us.
You're starting to see some better continuity at the guard spots. How do you think they'll handle it?
Kind of. I mean, I'm proud of how they played today. They didn't give up a sack, I think, when I was in there, which was great. I think we're still trying to work some things out overall. I'm not too sure entirely what that situation is, but definitely proud of how they played today.
Anything else for Matt? Thanks, sir.